How's it going, guys? So if you can't already tell from my voice, there's a reason this video is coming out today instead of Thursday on time like it should be, and that's because I got incredibly sick for the holiday, which is nothing new for me. However, without going into too much detail and boring all of you, I basically just got a cold virus, you know, the snuffles, the head cold, the coughing, the unrelenting coughing. But, of course, as I am myself, I got something extra on the side that I have never experienced in my life. And apparently there's something called viral hives, where if you have a virus of any sort, your body can break out into hives. And I started getting little itchy hives all over my inner thighs and my arms and everything, and they're really annoying and scratchy and blah, blah, blah. And so I go to sleep and, you know, I start sweating it out, you know, as you do with a virus. I wake up the next morning and I'm covered from head to toe in gigantic, like, we're talking $half-dollar or larger hives all over my body that itch unlike anything else ever. So, you know, we try it. My wife rushes out, gets Benadryl. You know, I figure, you know, we can knock out the antihistamines, and it kind of helped. And then it just didn't help anymore. We tried some other home remedies like baths and stuff like that, and it was just awful, guys. I finally had to go to the ER. They have me on a very strong, I can't even talk right now, a very strong steroid and like medical grade antihistamine, and that's been working. My voice is almost back, but as you can hear, it's still scratchy, still got a bit of a cough. But I'm back in action, guys, and sorry this video took so long, but I figure you guys probably still want to see it, and I'd really hate to miss a skin video. So we're going to do that. Also going to say Happy New Year to all of you guys. I hope you have a good one, and man, just, yeah, better than mine's going to be. So, anyways, let's start out. We've got the BATTLEBORN hatchet from Johnny Oldboy, and this thing is really cool. Has a bit of a Warhammer feel to it, which I thought was kind of cool. We'll go ahead and jump into it here. It's got really nice detail to it. It pops out. Looks like it was really actually kind of carved into the metal of the hatchet. And it's a neat little thing. And it's also part of a huge set that Johnny has made. And there's actually another piece which was accepted, and that's the SAR. So let's go ahead and take a look at the SAR. So here's the SAR. And it's got that same like torn up, crazy look to it. Looks really great. And it's got those nice kind of like, I like to call it like Raider colors. Something you would imagine Raiders would have. And it's that kind of just red and black, I guess, is really what's bringing it home. But you can see a little symbol on the side there, pretty nice. It's got the little huge like teeth thing going on right here. It looks really great when you aim down the sight. And just altogether, it's a neat set. I hope some more pieces of this. There's armor set, there's doors, there's all sorts of stuff. So, you know, go vote for them. On the Trello, they're posted up on there. Go give them some upvotes, because let's be honest, the Trello is the only place where votes count. The rest of the stuff is just kind of a placebo to make people stop whining. So go there, upvote on the Trello, guys, and let's see if we can get some of these other pieces in if you like them. Next up, we've got two new furnaces. First one here we've got is the AZTEC furnace. I don't know what the hard-on for the whole AZTEC thing is with Rust. We have no jungles. We have... I complain about this every single time. And the thing is, these pieces are always really sweet looking. I mean, we've got these nice little, like, emerald decals on the top. And this has got nice little emerald everywhere. It's got this sweet painting on the back. These designs are just really neat. And the thing is beautiful looking, but again, I mean, it doesn't fit Rust at all. There's no jungles. I don't... Why? There's desert and snow, and then forest. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what the whole AZTEC thing is, but nonetheless, very cool looking. Our next furnace is the Potbelly furnace from Stab and Crew, and it's got the name Little Willy to it. And of course that's a reference to Potbelly furnaces, but I'm pretty sure it's also a dick joke, because come on, it's Rust. And this one is just, it's really nice. It's got that classic Potbelly look to it. It's got lots of detail. Very nice looking. Looks like the thing itself has seen a little bit of wear and tear. It's been beaten on a bit, I think. Especially here, I mean, look, the whole grate is kind of crushed in. But I love it, it looks great, and it glows through the bottom there, which is neat. I kind of wish it glowed through the top, like some of the other skins we've seen. But nonetheless, it looks really cool. I like that they added on the little, you know, doors onto the sides of it. They look like they have a little bit of, what would you call it? It's not rust, because bronze doesn't rust. It turns green, but you get the idea. It's just it's a nice little furnace, so you can have your own little willy in your base. Of course, lots of you already stuck with your own little willies. Next up, we've got the Scrap Hunter sword, and this thing is actually pretty neat looking. It's a sword skin, of course, and now the only thing is it looks a little bit hollow on the top. And when we pulled out here, you'll see what I mean. The blade itself, excuse me, looks very thin, and that's the only thing that's kind of weird. The blade kind of looks almost too thin to actually hit something, but yeah, I think it's kind of just like a graphical thing. I'm not 100% sure there, but nonetheless, it looks really cool. It's super rusty, super pieced together, and one of those kind of things that fits into the game itself really well. Next up, this week we've got a new LR skin. It's called the Bone Grinder from Stab's crew, and it's just a really cool looking LR. I love the color scheme. Looks awesome. Looks like something that belongs to a really badass mercenary team. And it's a great skin. I love that it looks like someone with really nasty, dirty hands grabbed that magazine there. You can see the fingerprints on it, and that's that level of details is really sweet. So we'll go ahead and pull it out. Take a look-sees at it. And it's just, it's a unique color. You don't really see the whites and grays all that often. And just that kind of gray-blue, kind of murky sky blue color just fits with it really nice. And this is a really good skin. I like it a lot. Next up, we've got the WARSTORY Python from MAD, and this thing is just so beautifully detailed. As you would expect, most Pythons, a Python is something, you know, like a Smith & Wesson, Old West, like, just that special revolver, you know? And this just really brings home that idea. This thing is carved amazingly. If you look, there's a little skull on the handle there. Like, it's just a really nice revolver skin. Did an amazing job on this one. And to see the details, you just have to kind of, like, check out the zoomed in pictures, because honestly it just doesn't do it justice. But this thing is just really great. It's awesome colors, and it is a really nice Python. Next up, we've got the Devourer revolver from Milo, and not to sound like a jerk, but I feel like the only thing Milo is capable of is race stripes. It's just race stripes, race stripes, race stripes, race stripes. It's getting a little bit old, and yeah, not a big fan of this one here. I mean, it's cool, it's got neat colors, you know, it definitely fits rust, but I mean, when you zoom in with it, there's nothing really going on. And it's just race stripes. Again. And yeah, I also find it a little bit weird that the bullets are painted. That's a bit odd. But yeah, sorry man, I mean, you do amazing work, and it looks really great. It's just the race stripes are getting old. You know, it helps to have some variation, and, you know, please take this as constructive criticism, but you're such a talented skin creator. It'd be really nice to see some variation, where it isn't just Evel Knievel and race stripes and cars. I bet you could really put out some really nice stuff if you're out there watching this video, or if you click on it and read it. I've seen you comment sometimes before, so, you know, don't take this as me being a jerk. It's just the race stripe thing is getting a little bit old. It'd be really sweet to see something new and creative. For the silly skin of the week, we've got the Sea Monster Hatchet, and I mean, come on. Rust is a silly game. and a couple silly skins every now and then is something the game definitely needs. A bone club with a smiley face, you know, all those kind of things. Those reindeer slippers, and this one just fits in. The Sea Monster Stone Hatchet, it's been sitting around for a while, and I wasn't sure it was going to make it in because it's a little goofy, but I'm glad it did. Bad Trip did a good job of making something really goofy, but still looking really cool. Go ahead and pull it out here, and when you're holding it, it looks like this little shark is just ready to go, and it's going to chop up those rocks for you. It's angry, and it's going to hit those rocks with a vengeance, and I just love it. It fits the tone of Rust, and it's just, it'll be silly. You can't tell me you're not going to chuckle when you loot this off of somebody. Next up, we've got the Explorer's hoodie from Mad, and this is really cool looking. Now, I know people are kind of getting really tired of the orange and red and grays, but I mean, there's only so many colors in the palette, and you know, it's a wasteland. So it's one of those kind of things where, you know, those are kind of the popular colors. And I think this set is unique enough to where it looks good. I mean, the skin's detailed. I love this mesh on the back, and I think it's a really nice set. Looks great, and the colors are pretty good. And of course, when I said set, there's pants. Now it seems to stretch a little weird here in the front, where the belt, like, well, not the belt buckle, but there's like this other, I don't know what to call it, like a belt or something strap going across the middle there. It looks like it stretches a little weird. And the knee pads look a little small maybe, but I mean, it's still a nice looking set. The back actually looks really good. It's well done, and yeah, so I mean, together they're pretty neat, and I think it's a good set. Next up, we've got ourselves a new sheet metal door, and it's the Relic Dragon Door by Relic. A little weird to name it after yourself, but it's a beautiful door. The details to it are amazing. It is identical on both sides, so no uniqueness on either side. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just one of those things I like to point out. And yeah, is this a really gorgeous door? Just my usual piece I'm going to throw is it just doesn't fit the game at all in any way whatsoever. But hey, you know, to each their own. It's a great looking door, and if you love it, I'd pick it up, because unique looking ones like this definitely end up being worth something. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this with the worst for last. Yeah, that's not exactly something you normally hear. It's usually I save the best for last. I'm going to say I'm saved the worst for last. BFS, I'm sorry. This is one of the ugliest AKs I've ever seen. It tries to do Murica plus snow plus an eagle. It is an amazing artwork. The artwork is really sweet. I think it just looks like crap on an AK. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a jerk or anything. It's just my personal opinion. I think this thing looks awful. Guys, sound off down in the comments below and let me know how you feel about it. I think this one's just a little bit too painted up, and you know, I seem to flip-flop a lot on BFS's stuff. Some of it I think is super amazing, and then some of it just looks bad, in my opinion. And this is just one of those ones that just looks bad, and especially from this angle, it just, I don't know. I like the little star. I think that's a nice touch, if I could say something cool about it. And right here, just the color scheme looks great on an AK. It's just, whoa, all of that just doesn't. It's just weird and out of place. But yeah, that's that there. Now, last week I did forget to add a skin, but it wasn't actually forgetting to add a skin. Trowsy got his Python in the game. It looked amazing. It came out after all the other skins were. It's one of the first times I've seen a skin get added after the skins were approved. I think it was added the Friday after. But I'm not going to showcase that one just because you can't buy it. So, just wanted to explain that. A few of you guys asked. Yeah, it was added the next day, so there was no way for me to know it was even there. But that's a really awesome pistol, and if you can still grab it on the marketplace, I would do that before the prices skyrocket. YouTuber skins usually go up quite a bit, and it's a really nice looking Python, so that's not going to help with it. It's going to get up there. So make sure you go ahead and get your palms on that one. Well, it's still a decent price on the market because it's no longer available in the store. But guys, we're going to go ahead and end it here. Again, sorry for my voice and everything else. I hope you guys have an amazing new year, a great start to it, and we'll see you next week with those new skins then.